All right, let's get started. Today, Mikey and I will be surviving. We can mine blocks and destroy everything in one go.
Yeah, friends, just look how cool this looks. JJ completely uses up his tool's durability, and all the blocks around him break in an instant.
We get the full amount of blocks, and this speeds up our block mining. Our goal is really simple. Try to dig deeper into the mine this way.
We'll also need to build our own house and live in it for a while. I hope this won't be a big problem for us.
To easily dig all the necessary blocks, we'll need to make our first tools. Wooden ones first, and then stone ones.
Otherwise, it'll be a simple survival game where we'll mine resources and see how interesting it is. I think we can mine a lot this way.
The most important thing, of course, is to get a diamond pickaxe or a shovel. This way, we'll be able to dig up a lot of blocks at once. That'll be useful for us.
Wow, we can dig not just stone and dirt. We can literally dig up any block we spot. So let's make tools as quickly as possible and see how far we can go.
Yeah, we need to test it with stone now. Then we'll make stone pickaxes and a furnace. That will really help us develop quickly.
We also need to mine coal, then iron. Then we need to find a place to get food. We won't even have a farm anytime soon, so we'll need to constantly search for food.
Mikey throws a cobblestone at me so I can at least craft something. You sit there for a while and get new tools. I can't wait to test this power too.
This is definitely some kind of magic that will greatly help us mine and chop wood. We'll literally be unstoppable if we make real diamond tools.
Yes, that's our first goal, and we absolutely must achieve it. If we can do that, we really can dig 3 or 5 times faster. We have to test it. There's a village nearby. We can also prank them with our power. If necessary, that's not such a bad option in my opinion.
But don't forget that we have other tasks that also need to be completed quickly, because that's the only way we can survive in this world. Ha ha ha, I can just imagine the villagers' faces when we destroy their houses in one blow. It would literally destroy every block of their houses, and we'd have a blast.
Okay, Mikey, I'll go build our house now. You go mine for resources, or go chop down the forest so we have more wood. We'll need a lot of resources for our house. I hope it won't be a big problem and we'll solve it quickly. In any case, we're lucky to have this power.
Yes, if it weren't for her, we'd be developing for a very long time and wouldn't be able to make much progress. But with such strength, none of that is a problem anymore. We can solve any complex problems. I hope we'll get to diamonds and make a lot of tools. If we can find ore this quickly, we'll become the richest in the world.
The whole problem is that we'll leave behind very poor mines, practically devoid of resources. What will we do then?
I don't think poor mines will be unused. If you think about it, it frees up a lot of space. And we could even build a house or something here.
That's really significant destruction, and we need to come up with some things that can fit in there. A single stone pickaxe does all of this and digs it all up.
It will be very interesting to see how an iron and diamond pickaxe handles this work. If the territory gets bigger, it could become a big problem for us.
We simply don't have enough space to carry so many blocks. However, they will help us improve our house or build our own village. What do you think of this plan?
Build our own village? I think that's a good idea, so we can really grow bigger and be more confident that we can finish the job and prove our survival skills. No difficulties can stop us, and most importantly, we will work really hard and prove to everyone that you and I are capable of surviving in any conditions.
Mikey, please find iron and coal. We need them to become much more efficient. There will definitely be something in that mine with the mobs. Just be careful.
So you go get us some food, because very soon we will have nothing to eat and it will be impossible to work at all. We need to keep an eye on everything.
I also need to build our house gradually. After all, if it gets to night soon, there will be an incredible number of mobs outside. We don't need this.
I agree with you on that. We don't have the resources right now to craft armor and swords, so it's better to focus on a well-protected home and, of course, the tools to find better ores and dig sites.
I got some food and it'll be enough for us for now. There are a lot of animals around, and we'll need to build different farms for them and breed them.
We really have a lot of plans for how we'll continue to survive. The most important thing, of course, is to keep upgrading our tools and finding more and more ore. We're really short on it right now.
I think we'll find everything we're missing very soon. Once we go deeper, there will be diamonds, iron, and even gold. We'll just have to wait a little.
In any case, we should build a house as quickly as possible. We've already mined a ton of resources, and now we can focus on our safety. After all, we don't know how many mobs await us.
There are a lot of them in the mines, and they fight pretty hard, so it's better to resolve everything as quickly as possible and see it through to the very end. That's much more important.
I believe each of us is capable of solving all problems and gathering the necessary resources to demonstrate the full power of our abilities.
The most important thing now, of course, is to continue growing and adapt to everything as quickly as possible. After all, very soon, we'll need to move on.
You're successfully building our house, and I'm more than sure you don't need my help yet. I'm currently exploring the mines, looking for suitable blocks for us to test our strength.
Mikey, have you found any diamonds yet? Because we can make a lot of useful things from them, and I'm interested in learning about their power.
No, I haven't found any yet. Finding diamonds is really difficult for me. Even though I've already destroyed a lot of the mine around it, I just might not have enough.
They'll be found very soon, so don't worry. The most important thing is to keep searching, and you'll definitely get what you want.
It seems to me that there simply can't be any other way. We must try to survive through trial and error. So far, everything is working out, and the most important thing is to do everything quickly.
The house is almost ready. All that's left is to dig sand and make glass. That way we can install it in this house and then just keep building it so it gets better and better.
The house looks pretty cool. I hope we have enough resources to keep upgrading it, but I don't really like how you just put one block here.
Wait, Mikey, don't do that. Oh no, you just destroyed our entire house. You removed all the blocks with one hit.
Oops, I completely forgot that I can also destroy the entire house. That's roughly the kind of prank I was talking about with the villagers. What do you think?
I think it's best to do this against the villagers, but definitely not against our house. Try never to destroy a place where we'll be safe again.
I told you it was completely accidental. The most important thing, of course, is to overcome all the difficulties and resolve all the problems. We'll be able to do the same with the villagers a little later.
We also need to think about our farms, which need to be located somewhere here. Do you realize that we still have a lot of work to do and that we've only just begun to tackle all of this?
Yes, but we've already made quite a bit of progress. Even though our house is destroyed, we have an incredible number of different blocks, several dozen stacks. Now, with all this, we can really quickly build our village, although it will be a little less developed, but I'm sure it's not that bad.
Of course, when we have so many different resources, we need to start general construction as quickly as possible, but I think we can go to the villagers right here and now. I actually think we could make some pretty good armor out of these blocks. With this armor, we'll be able to come up with something and even fight. In my opinion, it's simply necessary.
That's quite an interesting option. If we make armor out of all these blocks, we'll at least be partially protected. I think it'll just be useful.
We don't yet know how many mobs we'll have to defeat along the way, so it's better to be protected and armed to be sure we can handle it all.
I hope we can successfully survive in these conditions and get the most coveted diamonds. I want to make tools and break as many blocks as possible. If we can, we'll definitely win.
The iron pickaxe performed quite well. We were able to really destroy a lot and create a good shaft, but we still didn't find anything particularly useful. But we still did a good job and have more than enough to continue. For now, make us some different armor and let's see how effective it is.
It seems to me that it's time for us to head to the village and start pranking all the villagers. They will definitely be angry if I destroy their houses just like I did mine.
Look, that actually sounds pretty good. It'll be fun, I think. But once we've had our fun, we'll head back to the mine and see what else we can get or make.
Yeah, we've got a lot of exploring ahead of us. We'll definitely find diamonds.
It would be incredibly funny if we really pranked them all that hard. In any case, that's one of our goals.
The most important thing is that they let us back into the village. It looks like we'll have to work a little, but we're certainly not afraid of that.
Well, working and rebuilding it all won't be a problem. I just want to show our friends what we can do and what it will look like. The villagers will be completely shocked.
They'll definitely be upset with us, but we'll somehow survive. After that, we'll build them much more profitable and cool mines that they'll be exploring for a long time.
I think that's a pretty good deal, because there really are a lot of resources underground that we can extract and become rich. But our village will also need all of this.
Weakening another village is also a good option, in my opinion, because if we build a village, we'll need to invite a lot of villagers to live and work there. But if we destroy this one, we'll have every chance.
That's a really good plan. Of course it's quite evil, but as they say, why not try it? I hope it works. Otherwise, we simply have no other options.
We'll advertise it well, and all the villagers will come to our village, because in this one, they'll lose everything. All their houses and everything else that made their lives easier.
Okay, then let's head for that village and destroy their houses a little. I think it'll be really easy. We have some good tools.
First thing I want to do is destroy their stone main building. It should collapse in one hit, and I think that would be quite fun.
We just need to act quickly so they don't have time to call for help. After all, if someone comes to us, we'll have to fight and not let them get in our way.
You don't have to worry about that at all. We're still stronger than anyone, so our goal will be to simply hold out well, and everything else simply won't matter.
Then let's begin our not-so-great plan. We'll show them that it's better not to deal with us like that and that they should be much friendlier with us.
Just look at the destruction that's about to happen. I'm more than sure our friends will love it. After all, only we know how to wield such power. And most importantly, it looks really cool.
Wow, we destroyed their main building and, of course, the well. Now they'll have a long time to get it all back. Apparently, the villagers are really scared, as if we were real bandits.
We'll just take some of their resources and ruin the village's style. We want many of them to defect or help us survive. I don't see any other way.
It's just a shame the tools break so quickly because of it, but it looks really impressive. In any case, since we have decided to do this, we are ready for any consequences.
Their houses don't look so perfect anymore, and that's understandable. We just wanted to show our friends the full capabilities of our power. It looks truly powerful.
Of course, we won't always do this, and we won't specifically target our own villagers, but we're not opposed to destroying other people's villages as long as we get materials and resources.
Their houses really do look empty. They'll be really angry with us, but there's nothing we can do about it. Maybe someday we'll actually help them recover.
In any case, we need to finish this little by little and head back to the mine. We're sure to find diamonds there, and we'll dig more and more. I'm interested in testing out this pickaxe.
JJ, there really are a lot of mobs in this mine, and we need to destroy them before we can dig any further. We already have plenty of pickaxes.
Yes, now we can show our friends how powerful diamond pickaxes are. They dig so hard and so extensively that our inventories are already completely full.
Just look, friends! This is truly incredible! Of course, diamonds are always difficult to come by, but once we found them, we made an incredible number of pickaxes! We were able to dig really deep, and most importantly, we'll be able to study and mine a lot here. This will be useful for our continued survival.
There's so much different ore here that we can't mine. Apparently, there are still several tiers of pickaxe we can make. If that's true, we should check them all out.
I don't think we'll have time to show them everything, but in any case, we were able to show them our entire survival story, and it was really good.
With that kind of skill, we could actually survive right inside this mine. There's so much space here, and it would be difficult for mobs to destroy it. Making a city inside a quarry like this sounds pretty interesting, but the most important thing is to light everything up for safety.
It's not the best opportunity to actually live underground. I'd rather live above ground, where there's air.
Yes, life is much easier and cooler up there, so once we've collected all the necessary resources, we'll have to go about our business.
My inventory is already full, and frankly, we really need to get going. We've gone incredibly far down, and it's going to be increasingly difficult to find anything here.
You know, we managed to dig down, but how do we effectively climb back up? We don't have anything that would help us do it quickly.
Looks like we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Place blocks under ourselves and climb that way. As for me, that's the only option that might actually work.
Looks like this is the only way we can get out. We'll still have a lot of climbing and digging to do, but since that's what it takes, let's try to do it quickly. Whoever gets there first is better. So friends, we'll be saying goodbye little by little. See you very soon. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone, and see you soon